Hello YouTube land, GG here in the Galloway garden, a very wet, soggy, cool Galloway garden. Unusual for this time of year, even for Scotland. Very cool temperatures, night times we're getting 6, 7, 8, daytime 14, 15 if we're lucky. It's very grey and moist and miserable, so it's taking a long time for everything to grow. But I know that it's the same issue all across the UK at the moment. Anyway, I'm going to go into the greenhouse to get in the dry. I'll see you in there. I just want to point out to you my cucumber plants. Oh my gosh, absolutely wilted. I believe it's transplant shock. Although I tried to be really careful, I got them to a really good size. Tried to get the water right. I'm not sure if they were too hot, too cold, whatever, but they're shriveled up. They're not dry on the edges, but they're going. These are not the first ones either. So I've now only got 2 plants remaining. These are a different type. They seem to be a bit hardier. But if anybody's got any tips for how I might revive these, please do comment below. So you can see there that I'm having a bit of issue with my cucumbers. I'm also having some problem with the tomato plants with some little black spots on them. I've picked the leaves off. I don't know if it's early blight. Don't know what that is, but I've read about it. Or that fungal stuff. Anyway, I've picked the leaves off and we'll see how they go. But I've got beans that don't seem to be growing. And it's quite a challenging time in the garden at the moment because it's not like it was last year when it was my first time ever and everything just seemed to grow. I put it in the ground and it grew and it tasted amazing. And that's what encouraged me to come back this year and really go for it. It's not like that this year. So I'm finding it hard. I'm finding it hard to keep the spirits up. But I want to relate that back to something. And I'm not going to be doing lots of videos where I just sit talking to the camera because that's not what I'm wanting to do really. And also I'm quite positive, and this is positivity that I'm putting out here. It may not seem like it at first, but anyway, bear with. Here we go. This is what I'm trying to do. So the garden gives really rich rewards, but it's really hard work and there are setbacks along the way and you just have to kind of power through and motor on. And I've had a bit of practice. So this time 3 years ago I was just embarking on my stem cell transplant, which has saved my life. And the whole process of that treatment was very much like the garden. It was hard work. There were setbacks. There were moments where I thought all was lost. And it was very difficult and dark sometimes. And then other days it was amazing and incredible and felt like the occasions when I go out at the moment and I pick the strawberries and eat them and they're just this burst of beautiful sweetness. So I think the two things are kind of related, in having that attitude towards stuff is that you have to just keep going. And it was physically incredibly demanding and mentally a stretch at times. And I don't want to put anyone off who's about to go through it. You have to accept what's coming, because if you're fighting it, that's energy that you need in your body to help your body heal and do what it needs to do, that you're misplacing. So I accepted the whole process. Please do not think for a minute that I have put my hands up to cancer and given up. I haven't. I've accepted that I've got this illness. I've accepted that the treatment can be tough and you can have really down days, but I've also accepted that I'm meeting amazing people in the hospitals and I'm having really good news at times, and I'm here. I'm lucky enough to be here. I'm lucky enough to live in a period of history where there is treatment for my disease, put it into remission. Other cancers, you know, we're at a time where they're being cured. And I'm so grateful for that, for myself and for others. Here comes trouble. Look, she's heard me talking and she wants to come in. Maybe she will. Anyway, I just want to say that there's a couple of things I just wanted to say very quickly. It's not a gardening video today. I wanted to show you my cucumbers, but so if anybody's got any advice about that. But I wanted to say, number one, how thankful I am for the NHS and all the staff who have kept me alive, who got me through that process. It was incredible, incredibly intense. I got to build really good relationships with the staff, and they were all absolutely amazing. And of course, I didn't have to pay a penny for it. I'm so lucky that I have the NHS, and I'm very, very proud of it. And I think we should make sure that it's something we protect in the future. And the other thing I wanted to say is that for those people that are about to start that process, or are in the middle of it, or are just coming out at the other end of it, that keep going. Just keep going, day by day, hour by hour, minute by minute. Walk your way through, crawl your way through if you need to. Use the support of people around you. Allow yourself and your body to heal, to mend. I mean, maybe we'll talk about it at another point if you're interested in the process and how it kind of, how it was to be in that treatment. I'm more than happy to talk about it. But what I certainly don't want to do is to frighten anybody, because I don't think you should be frightened. I think it's a positive thing. I think this will save your life. That's the whole point of it. And you should embrace it with positivity and gratitude every step of the way, that it is there for you. I would say that there are brighter days ahead. There are more days in the future where you will have energy. Every day is a tiny, minute step forward that you can't necessarily see at the time, but when you look back, you'll think, wow, that's amazing. I think back now to 3 years ago and I just think, wow, your body is incredible. Your body wants to heal. Your body wants to be well. And it's amazing. My body is not the same. I am wider. I'm softer. I'm larger. I've got more issues with joints and my balance and all that kind of stuff. Of course, I'm still having treatments that affect me. My brain doesn't work in the same way. Cognitively, I'm not quite the full number, but I think that's a number of different reasons as well. But I am here. I'm living the best life that I can right now. I'm enjoying it as much as I can. My biggest demon these days is the anxiety, which I have to really fight against, and that's really hard. And that's why I would say, please look after your mental health as well. It's as important as your physical health. Talk to people, find someone to talk to, find techniques that you can use to help you when you're feeling low, when the anxiety strikes. But I'd also say it's really normal. And if you didn't have anxiety during that process, I'd say you weren't normal. There would be something amiss. So yeah, it's life altering, life changing, life giving. And I just wanted to send that message out to you folks out there if you're going through the same thing. So if there's anybody who wants to have more information, would like me to talk more about it, I'll put a link in the description for Blood Cancer UK, who are superb and have loads of information. There's the Lymphoma Association, I think it's called, in the UK as well, who are really good. I'll put a link in for them. And let me know in the comments if you're going through a similar thing. And brighter days are ahead. Even though it's wet and miserable and chilly, I can still hear the birds singing. And that's beautiful. And even though my cucumbers are wilting, I got tons of other vegetables that are working really well. Loads of other fruit that's coming along lovely. And the garden is doing what it should be doing to a degree. So anyway, let's hope for some drier, warmer weather here in soggy UK. And I'm wishing good health to everybody out there. I'm wishing good health for myself as well. And thank you for spending some time with me in the Galloway garden today. Very quick, brief. And I'll see you in summer solstice because I'm going to do a garden tour and you can judge for yourselves how well the garden's doing. So yeah, I will see you then. Cheerio.